I'm sitting on my balcony, and I would like to invite you to sit down with me for a while. In the present moment. Take a breath. How is your life? Do you have a pleasant life? Or is life challenging, hard? Have you been experiencing what you like in life from time to time? Do you know your everyday life experience is exact replicate of your state of being at any point in time? Everything you are experiencing is a direct reflection of who you are. There is no shame in it. There is no regret. There is no feeling sorry for oneself. It is just what it is. It is just the physics of creation. You experience what you are. Every now moment. Right now, I am peace. And so, peace is what I'm experiencing. I am joy. I am all there is. And so I may choose to experience peace right now. And peace is my state of being. And so peace is the experience I'm having sitting right here on my balcony, watching the sky and all the cloud formations. Enjoying the present moment. What is your state of being right now? What is it you are experiencing? Why don't you check with your eyes and your feeling, your heart, to see if it corresponds with what you see An experience is what you are feeling to be. Check. It is just physics, my friend. There is no hocus pocus here. It is just physics. That's how you are created to be. You are created to reflect who you are, so you know who you are. How will you know? No one can see you. What you are, attention, consciousness, awareness, whatever you choose to call it, Christ. It's invisible. What you are is invisible. So how will you know who you are if it doesn't reflect back to you in the mind? So you set on to create, expand, to find out your nature of infinite being. And so your life experience is basically your state of being at any point in time. You may feel deep inside you another state of being, a potentiality, emerging, making itself known as a desire to experience something else, a desire to experience more or less, or for myself, a desire to experience peace. The only thing I did was to allow that desire to express itself because I realized it was what I was, that desire to experience peace. I, there is no way you can experience peace if you are not peace. And so that which I was expressed itself, doing so, reflecting back to me my quality of peace. Peace being a part of me. And so I know I am peace. Take a breath, my friend. Wherever you are right now is exactly where you have to be. There's no exception because wherever you are right now is just a reflection of that which you are. It's an illusion of the mind to reflect back to you the quality of yourself that are holding together that experience. It doesn't mean that if you are in a situation that involves someone or something, that you are that thing or that someone. You may be. If you gone deep enough, you know you are. But what I mean is that you are all the wisdom, the love, the compassion, the power, the abundance, the creativity, the order and harmony, the allness of who you are is holding that object in your field of experience. So how is your experience look like? When you look, you see yourself. What I see here is my peace, my wisdom, my playfulness, my creativity, and much more, my abundance, my order and harmony, my oneness with all there is. You see, I haven't thought about my money, my apartment, the cup of tea that I'm drinking. In all that, what I see is those qualities, the beauty. What is it that you see? What is that feels innate in you that's speaking to you? That's what is. It may be sadness, it may be confusion, if that's what it reflects back to you, that's your state of being. It doesn't mean you cannot change. You are free. You are free at all times to choose another state of being. How you do that? It is easy, it's simple. You allow this state of sadness, of confusion, of anger, or whatever it is, of lack, of fear, whatever it is, allow it to be. Do you know it came to be because of you? You are the cause of that experience. Why don't you accept it? Accept it and see the miracle happen right now within you, whatever it is that you accepted. Look within, sense what is happening. That is your power, my friend. my sister, my brother. That's your power right there. Amazing, isn't it? The best thing is you are free to choose what state of being you obey on. You know, life is like a labyrinth with infinite amount of rooms. Consciousness, it's like that. It's like a mansion with infinite amount of rooms. Each room is a state of being. It's your level of consciousness. And so you hang there in the room that corresponds your state of consciousness. And it's open. It's all open. There are no walls. That's one of the qualities of consciousness. There are no walls. It is all one consciousness. It means my state of consciousness can be your state of consciousness right now if you accept the truth. The truth being you are consciousness, you are attention. You are not the body, you are not the mind, you are consciousness. That's understanding everything I'm saying right now. That's hearing every word I'm saying right now. That attention, that awareness is your true self. That's it. That's the only thing you need to do. And then your attention, that's the rest. You will just see yourself moving deeper and deeper, switching rooms of consciousness to the room I'm sitting in. That's what I'm doing almost every minute of the day. I'm just gliding over to different states of consciousness. And right now, I'm sitting in the arm of it. It's amazing here. I can tell you that. Here, there are no war, there are no hunger. Here, it is not the Hunger Games, my friend. Here is heaven of five dimension or whatever you choose to call it. Here, it is deep. It is quiet or loud if you want. If you want to party, it is everything you are each breath you take. So, in truth, there is no creation going on. There is no manifestation going on. Nothing is going on. You are just using your endless wisdom to know yourself. Even in the third dimension here, right here, there are infinite amount of room of consciousness. I have a neighbor right there, right in front of me now. I have a neighbor, and I see her every evening watching TV when I'm sitting here meditating on the balcony. And then I see her like hours. I go to bed, meditate, continue meditating. If I'm not sleeping, I come back out around 2 or 3, and the TV is still on. And I'm sitting right here. It's like not even 100 meters from another being who is sitting in a completely different room of consciousness, completely different room in the house of life, in the house of God. And the room, even though it seems like just 100 meters right in front of me, in the reality, it's like aeons of lifetimes distance between the room I'm sitting in and the room she is sitting in, the neighbor. And it's all based on love and understanding, compassion, if you want. There is nothing wrong in watching the TV the whole night. There is nothing right in doing so either. It's just what it is. That is what she is in this now moment. In the next now moment, she may be sitting in the same room as I'm sitting in the present moment. Contemplating the beauty of Earth is amazing. And this is not just this is how it is for most human beings. The room you're sitting in is like aeons of lifetime from where you want to sit in. You can sense it, you can feel it. There is always this nudge in the stomach or in the heart area pushing you, showing you your true self. That desire that you don't even dare to look. You don't need to do anything for it. because it is just how it is. Once you felt a desire, it is going to reflect back to you in the mind, in the world. There is, it's just physics. You can Google it if you want. It's just physics. So, what is it that life or the source is bringing forth through you right now? Who are you? What are you? What is that little nudge within you that's scaring you sometimes and sometimes giving you joy? Why don't you allow it to be? Even though it scares you, allow it to scare you. After all, you have nothing to lose. What you've been doing so far doesn't work. We can agree on that. Few people on earth are genuinely happy. I mean, joyful. That means you are awake. If you are feeling joy, you are home. Because joy, you can't create that. You can't conjure that out in the mind. It has to reflect back to you. Do you know most human beings want to be remembered after they die? I mean, it feels like it is innate to you because you know yourself to be eternal. Deep inside, you know that. So the idea of dying and then being forgotten like you never existed kind of hurts, doesn't it? It doesn't feel real. That's because you are mistaking yourself to be the body. Your true self knows that it can't die, has never been born. So this whole thing about birth and death is kind of the biggest lie, actually. Jesus demonstrated that. But unfortunately, most human beings will be forgotten. After two, three generations, max 50 years, probably 50 or 100 years, no one remembers most human beings. I mean, think about it. How many times do you think about your grandfather in a day or a week or a month? And how many times your kids think about them? You see, already at your kids' generation, they are forgotten. And yet, in every human being on the planet, there is a stream of life that's struggling to show herself to the world. A stream of life that the world has never seen before. That's you, my friend. That stream of life that the world has never seen before is in that deep, deep wish or desire of yours. Is part of your true self. That means if you show yourself to the world, your true self to the world, because the world has never seen you before, the world will never forget about you. You see how easy it is? The only way you can live up to your eternity is to be your true self, is to be consciousness, is to be in the present moment. That's the only way you can contribute to the evolution of human consciousness. And it's the only way to be present in the consciousness. What will happen, what happens is that wherever you express in, hold your consciousness. It is your consciousness that is holding your expression in the world to place. So your work, your expression, your experiences will hold a part of you. There will be the structure. You will be the structure, and that which manifested itself into your work, into every word you spoke, into every idea you express. Your body will express your true self. Everything. How many human beings are remembered throughout the ages? I mean, we remember mostly human beings that contributed to the evolution of consciousness. Jesus being the top one, Buddha, Lasso, Dr. R. Hawking, for example, because they contributed to the evolution of human consciousness. Human consciousness hold the consciousness that walked the earth as Christ, or Dr. R. Hawking, or Buddha. That's how it works. It's just physics. If you have been listening to this in the present moment, from your heart, you may sense activities in the body, cleaning up your mess, consciousness, life. Our mother or our father, like Jesus called her, she's doing that for you. You see, you don't even need to do anything. Whatever it is that you want, need, isn't really in reality. There is no need, there is no want. There is just the natural flow of life, the natural expansion of creation. The need that you are feeling, the wanting that you are feeling, is the Creator trying to expand through you. That's why you've been created to create. There is no hiding, there is no running. It is just how the reality is. And right now, I can sense your confusion, all that concept, all those concepts in the matrix. What about, but what about, and what about this, and what about that? I can sense it. It's all right. Just allow yourself to be confused for a while or upset. Doesn't matter. That's it. You are feeling it anyway. Or what choice do you have? Better feeling it. Allow your awareness to hold it. Allow your attention to be it. we manage to turn this beauty into the Hunger Games. The Matrix has become the Hunger Games arena, you know. And when you start questioning it, your closest one will be the first one to pull you back. You can't say that. Do you need a doctor, maybe? You can feel it. Your heart is telling you the truth. And because no one around you is holding the same truth, you back down. And fall back to the Hunger Games. Do you know the longest period it took for me to go from a state of being, a lower state of being, to a higher state of being was about 2, 3 years. The longest period, the longest transition from a more painful state of being to a less painful state of being. To shift from one room of consciousness, lower room of consciousness, to a higher room or deeper room of consciousness was around 2 to 3 years. Of course, this last one was a bit harder because it was a completely new reality, their reality. It wasn't the matrix anymore. So I didn't know how to play. What happened when you shift your state of consciousness is that because you always experience in your state of consciousness, your world, your hologram, if you want, also shift. You shift hologram. In some shift for me, it was the whole country, the whole continent shift, the whole entourage shift. Now they were all white, and before they were all black. So you can say it was like a day and a night shift, actually. And it took just 2 years to make that shift. And this shift, it was like from not having more than a day for myself, more than hours for myself, to having all time for myself, to not being in joy, to being in constant joy, to not being in peace, to being in perfect peace, to not being free, to be perfectly free. And it took just about 2 years. From not knowing anything about spirituality to the state of grace. And there is nothing special about me. You are everything that I am. So if you want, you can do it. I even created a school for that. I mapped my path to a school so that you can walk the same path. It will go probably much faster for you because you have me. I will be the light, lighten your path. Or you can do it for yourself. I have a lot of material that's free. I even have 1 week course for free for you to get started. So why don't you try it? Try it out and see for yourself. There are no excuses now, beloved, my friend, to stay unconscious. There are no excuses anymore. If you're already conscious, you may already be a teacher, as a spiritual teacher. If you're still not feeling peace, if you are not in peace, you know that there is no shame. All that are just duality you need to transcend. So take the path, come home, and see what is it that you are bringing forth. So much potentiality in human consciousness that's locked in the Hunger Games. Why don't you free yourself from the matrix and find out what is it that you are bringing forth for the world, for humanity? How how far will you push the boundary of consciousness? What miracles will you perform? What signs will you bring forth? What part of life is emerging within you? It will be amazing to see that. Has been nice to sit here with you, beloved, my friend. Thank you for taking the time to sit down with me in the present moment. Whenever you are watching this, you'll be sitting right here with me in the present moment. Amazing, isn't it? It is happening in your consciousness. And consciousness is like DNA. When it happens in one room, it happens in all of them. You choose which one to receive, and you just choose to obey with me. So thank you for that. I give you my peace and my love.